So in previous cases we have seen the volume of conductor that is required for overhead systems. That means for the DC system with midpoint earth we have seen that the required volume was K which was equal to P square rho L square upon W Vm square. We know what are the nomenclature for each P, W, Vm and all this. So for DC with midpoint earth it was K. For AC with single phase midpoint earth it was 2K upon cos square phi. Again for 3-phase 3-wire system the volume of conductor required was 2K upon cos square phi, and for 3-phase 4-wire system it was 7 upon 3K into cos square phi. So this was the comparison between the volume required for overhead systems. So if it is DC, it is showing that it requires a very less volume of conductor required. For midpoint earth it is K, but in case of single phase it gets doubled even though the power factor is unity. In 3-phase 3-wire system it gets also doubled even though the power factor is unity, and in case of 3-phase 4-wire system it gets 2.33 times even though the power factor is at unity. This was regarding the overhead systems. Now let us see the volume of conductors required for the underground systems. Various underground systems we will be comparing for calculation of volume. So various systems, the same systems we will compare for volume requirement of conductor, that is DC 2-wire system with midpoint earth and AC single phase 2-wire system with midpoint earth. Third will be AC 3-phase 3-wire system, and fourth will be AC 3-phase 4-wire system. And on the basis of this we will compare all the systems and we will note which system is beneficial, which system is economical. So now at first we will see DC 2-wire system with midpoint earth, what is the volume required for transmission. So now we are going for the underground systems where we have taken DC 2-wire system with midpoint earth. Now see, midpoint earth means we are not going to use this wire. We are considering the voltage between these two conductors. So voltage between these two conductors is Vm. Now our formula, our steps will be remaining as same as per our previous assumptions made. So P is equal to, you can see what is value of P. P is nothing but Vm into I. This is the value of the power to be transmitted. From this our next step was to calculate the value of I, and I, if you see, the value of I will be equal to P upon Vm. Now from this we are going to jot down the line loss. So as there are the two conductors, so line loss W, so line loss, total line loss W will be equal to 2I square R. Now again you always keep in the mind the value of R we are keeping as rho L upon A. So what is rho, what is L and what A, I have already explained. So line loss is 2I square R. So I will put W is equal to 2 into value of I am going to put as P upon Vm. So this is P upon Vm, this is square into rho L upon A. I will put the value of R as rho L upon A. Now if you solve this, you will get 2P square upon Vm square into rho L upon A. Or if I want to calculate the area from this figure, then if you rearrange the equation, you will get area as equal to, see, if you cross multiply and if you find the area at left hand side, you will get the value of area as 2P square rho L upon W Vm square. So this is the value of area which we are getting. Now our next step, this will be, see, as per our calculation, the value of I is our first step, then value of line loss is our second step, the volume, so area required will be equal to this, that is our third step. Now we'll see the volume required. So required volume of conductor required is our next step, and that is area into length. So area into length, but there are two conductors, so we'll say volume of conductor required will be equal to 2 times area into length. Now if you keep the value of 2 times area as 2 rho p square, 2 p square rho L upon W Vm square into L. So finally you will get 4 p square rho L square upon W Vm. So this we are treating as K in case of underground systems. So in case of underground system of DC with midpoint earth, the volume of conductor required is K, and where the value of K is 4 p square rho L square upon W Vm square. For underground systems we are mentioning this value as a K, and this will be treated as a benchmark for further underground systems. That means AC 2-wire system with midpoint earth, as well as 3-phase 3-wire system, as well as 3-phase 4-wire system. So now we'll see the next equation, that's AC single phase 2-wire with midpoint earth system. So this is AC single phase system with midpoint earth. Now this voltage between the two conductors is treated as Vm. Now our first step, according to the assumptions, that we have to write the equation of power, and the power is equal to Vm into I. Since it is AC, cos phi will be included. Now as it is a AC system, we have to write the value of voltage in terms of RMS. So I will write here P is equal to Vm by root 2 into I cos phi. So my next step is to calculate the value of I, that is a current, and if you calculate value of current as root 2 P upon Vm cos phi. Now this will be my first step. So the value of current in case of single phase AC with midpoint earth and the system is undergrounded. So this is root 2 P upon Vm cos phi. Now what is my next step? My next step is to calculate the line loss. So total line loss, as there are the two conductors, so line loss will be equal to 2I square R. So line loss, that is W, and that is equal to 2I square R. Now you always keep it in the mind, the value of R I am going to take is rho L upon A. So W is equal to 2 into I is root 2 P upon Vm cos phi, this bracket square, into rho L upon A. So if you simplify this, you will get W is equal to 2 into, again this 2 root 2 square is 2. So this P square is P, this P square is P square into, say, rho L upon, so this Vm square of Vm is Vm square, square of cos phi is cos square phi. So what you get is this 4 P square rho L upon Vm square cos square phi. And what is our next step? Our next step is, as W is equal to 4 P square rho L upon Vm square cos square phi. So upon A will be the factor. So my next step will be to calculate the area. So from the cross multiplication, you will get the value of area as 4 P square rho L upon W Vm square cos square phi. This is my second equation. Say this is second equation. I have calculated the value of area as 4 p square rho L upon W Vm square cos square phi. So what is my next step? Next step is to calculate the volume of a conductor. So I will calculate the volume of conductor as per routine procedure. So volume of conductor required will be, as there are the two conductors, so 2 into area into length, because area into length is a volume. So we'll write here 2 into area. So what was our area? Area is 4 p square rho L upon W Vm square cos square phi into L. So if I simplify this, this comes to be 2 into 4 p square rho L upon W Vm square. Instead of writing cos square phi here, I will write here as a cos square phi. Right? So L into L I will write here as a L square. So what I get is, according to our formula for DC 2 wire with midpoint earth, our benchmark was K, where the value of K was 4 p square rho L square upon W Vm square. So here I get the value of volume of conductor required is 2K upon cos square phi, where K is 4 p square rho L square upon W Vm square. Keep in the mind, for overhead system K was without 4, but now in this underground system the K is with 4. So basically you can see more the volume is required in case of this underground power transmission.